What should I charge? If that's your number one question about your consulting or coaching business right now, I'm going to share with you exactly how to figure out your pricing so that you're not only priced for profit, you're also priced in a way that sets you apart in the market and you're attracting premium dream clients only. So let's talk about it. If you're new here, my name is Lizzie Sutton. I'm an online business mentor. I've been selling digital products, consulting, coaching, and everything in between for the last few years. And I've made over $2 million online primarily mostly selling high ticket services. So at the end of the day, you guys, I want you to understand that pricing is it's like two to three fold. It's not just about how you feel. It's also not just about the market. And it's not also just about what people can afford. Because what I know to be true is that pricing is very subjective. And we really have to start to take back the reins of what pricing really means and how to make pricing work for us versus working for everybody else. Because regardless of what you think, there is a market for every single price point in the market. And one of the most famous lines that you probably heard from Alex Hormozy, if you know who he is, he talks about selling to rich people because they pay better. Now, I want to say one thing before we jump into the depth of the video is that it's not just about, I love that line by Alex. It's also about the mindset of people. It's not just about, okay, they have $1 million in the bank because most people don't have $1 million just sitting in the bank. But what you need to understand, it's about the depth and the understanding and the mindset that the other person has on the other end that actually makes them rich. Because regardless, like money is always floating around. Money is available. We have millionaires and billionaires walking on this planet. So money's actually not that hard to acquire. It's really about talking and speaking to, businesses or consumers or our audience of people that really want to invest in themselves to, quantum leap, get better, understand collapse time, and be able to better themselves, their businesses, or their lives. Okay. So just understand that you undercharging is not serving anybody. It's only serving yourself. It's not serving the people on the other end. And it's definitely not going to help you build a seven-figure business. Okay. You have to understand that as even a more established consultant or coach, um, a lot of y'all undercharge. You're just undercharging because you're basing your pricing on what you think people can pay. But what you have to understand is that you cannot shop other people's pockets, right? Not Bill Gates. What's his name? Warren Buffett. He literally drives his car from many years ago. He eats at McDonald's. The man is literally one of the wealthiest men on the entire planet. And you just based off his exterior circumstances, you wouldn't be able to tell, right? So what you have to understand is that if we price based off of what we think people can afford, we're never actually going to make the money that we want. So, a big mindset shift that you have to start to understand today is that pricing off of what you think people can afford and what you believe people will pay is going to keep you right where you're at. And it's not going to allow you to project further in your career, okay, as a consultant or a coach. So, here's what we need to get into the mindset of, and also how I want you to start pricing your services and your consulting offers is that, in my opinion, and I've been doing this is my sixth year, my fifth full year. My opinion is that if you are going to work with somebody, whether it's one to one or in a group container or in a mastermind, high ticket is my favorite. Okay. Now, there is a place for selling low digital products and low ticket items. I talk about that on this channel. But if you are going to be working with somebody one to one or working with somebody in a community, they are getting access to the knowledge. Okay. The best example that I can give you is this. And I heard this on a podcast years ago, but they talked about how if you were going into heart surgery and you're all prepped, you got to have the heart surgery. And the surgeon said, okay, it's going to take us about 8 hours. I've done this plenty of times. You're going to be great. We're going to come out on the other side. It's going to be great. You get done, the heart surgeon wraps up and they say, okay, amazing. It only took me 5 hours. And you pay them maybe $40,000, just throwing a number out there. You're not going to ask for some of that money back. You're going to say, Doc, thank you so much. You saved my life. You're going to be so grateful, all the things. Okay. So here's what I need you to understand. When you price according to not just the value that you provide, but you're pricing for your expertise, your knowledge, the time that you spent, the mistakes that you've had to make and endure, that's what you're pricing for. Okay. There's a reason why we pay, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go to college. There's a reason. Okay. It's education. And I don't know about you, but me, and probably you, because you're on this video right now, is that you value learning from other people and not you value collapsing the time to do that. Okay. You don't want to spend years and years and years and decades of your life trying to figure out something that somebody else has already figured out. So that's actually what you're getting paid for. You're getting paid for the time in between of where you're at and where you want to be. Okay. You're getting paid for that. That's what you're pricing for. So when people say value, that's what they actually mean. Okay. I also find when working with higher end clients, higher ticket clients, premium clients, is that they have a higher commitment, right? They've paid a larger sum of money to be there. They are willing to put in the work. And this isn't always. I've had people pay me 20 plus $1,000 and not do anything, right? And not because of me, just because life got in the way and they just were like, I'm just going to take a break on my business right now, but you've been great. So that's not always going to be the case, but that's the exception. For the most part, people that pay attention, and they're going to put in the work and do what they need to do. And that's what we want. We want better results for our clients. We want people to actually show up for themselves. And that's going to cost you money, right? When you buy a brand new car, you're making that car payment. When you get a mortgage, you're paying that mortgage because it costs you something. Okay. So we're constantly making trade-offs and sacrifices, and your audience and your clients and the clientele that you want to work with understands and sees a value of that. They don't need convincing. Okay. They're used to shopping in a way or investing in a way, and not just shopping, but investing in a way that moves them ahead, that increases their status and also increases your skills. Okay. So let's kind of talk about why I am like really want you to focus on higher ticket pricing versus hourly. And I'm going to share my screen here so you can get a gist of what this actually looks like, so you understand why hourly pricing isn't going to work now or in 2025 or anywhere else. Okay. So let's just say maybe you have been consulting, you've been doing it for a while and you've been charging. Let's just say you've worked your way up, you're charging $100 an hour. Okay. So say you work with a client, you work with them, they get one weekly call, you have some chat access, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So maybe you work with them 2 hours a week. Okay. So that's going to give you $200 a week from that client. Okay. That's not bad, right? You're like, oh, okay, that's not bad. But here's what you have to understand. It's not just 2 hours a week, okay? Maybe you're only charging them for 2 hours, but you're also prepping, okay? You have admin, okay? You have software to be able to work with these clients, the bookings, the contracts, the things like that. And there's, et cetera. You have all this. On top of that, you're thinking, okay? You've also made the mistakes that you're helping them avoid. You're telling them what to do, right? You're using your expertise, okay? So on and so forth. You're prepping, you admin, your software, you're thinking, your expertise, right? And you're also spending your time. Okay, so the 2 hours that you're charging this client for $200, actually, by the time we dwindle this down, your effective rate is probably not even $20 an hour. Okay. So that's actually what's happening because you're actually spending way more time on this client than you think you are. Okay. So your effective rate is really $20 an hour. I don't think if you worked a corporate job, if you have, and you don't even need degrees and things, it's really about your experience and your point of view and all those things. I don't think as a corporate professional, you're going to go work for $20 an hour, right? You're not working for that right now, and you're definitely not going to work for that in the future. Okay. So why are we undercharging? Because we think that that's all that people can afford. No, wrong. Okay. So we're going to stop doing this model. You can't scale. There's no way to really, there's not a lot of profit. Okay. There's a low profit. Not only that, is that you start to, to be honest, you can start to build resentment, not towards a client, but you can start to build resentment because at the end of the day, if you had 10 clients, right, and you're only making $200 a week from each client, right, you have taxes, you have software, you have all these operational expenses. Now, it's not crazy in a service-based business, right? You have OPEX, you have all these things. It just ends up being a lose-lose. Okay. So we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. Okay. What we are going to do, okay, is we are going to, instead of working on an hourly rate, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to show you what we are going to do. Okay. And this is what's going to actually get you the money that you want so that you can not only work with clients from a place, this isn't wanting to delete, of course, but you're going to be able to work with clients from a place of depth instead of breadth. And I'm really big on that because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you guys, I'm erasing my remarkable here so I can show you guys what we're going to do. At the end of the day, people want to work with you because you're an expert. It's about perception of value. If you say that you can change somebody's life, if you say that you can help somebody build a six-figure business, Charging them $10,000 is a no-brainer. Okay. $20,000 is a no-brainer because it's not like they're going to lose these skills. These skills are going to be with them for the rest of their life, and as long as they want to continue to apply them. Okay. There's a reason why doctors, lawyers, attorneys, estheticians, like all of these types of career fields, nurses have to have continuing education because they have to continue to stay up on top of that. That's not free. They don't get free continuing education, right? They may be highly paid, which they are, right? But they also have to continue to pay to maintain a standard. Okay, so when we think about us reaching the peak of our careers or our businesses or our lives or relationships or whatever it is, if we want to be the best of the best and we're helping and we want our clients to be the best of the best, they're going to pay for that. Perception of value. Think about luxury vehicles. When you see a Range Rover, you know it costs a lot of money. When you see a Benz, you know it costs a lot of money. When you see somebody living in a penthouse, you know, right, they value a certain type of standard, a certain type of aesthetic. Okay, so it's the same process. They value safety, they value views, they value all these things. They value a doorman, they value all of those things. So when we are selling higher ticket, not only are you able, right, you're able to do a few things. Okay, so when we think about pricing, you're going to be able to do a couple things. You're going to price like this. You're going to be able to do this. Okay, you're going to be able to actually have profit. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. You're going to be able to work with less clients. Okay, you're going to be able to have more joy because we are businesses and CEOs. We also want to have joy in our business, and we're going to be able to also, right, have time, less clients, and you're going to be able to have time, okay, back in your business for hobbies, right? That goes into joy, hobbies, health. Okay. We can't have these businesses where we say we have it all, but we have declining health, poor relationships. But, we got 30 clients on the books for one-to-one. No, that's not what we're going to do. So instead, we're going to reverse engineer. Okay. This is what we're actually going to do. We're going to charge high ticket. High ticket, people always say, how much should high ticket be? Here's my thoughts on what high ticket should be, and you can take it and run with it however you want. Personally, I don't think any consultant or coach for a 90-day package or 60-day package, right? When we think about, and I was just going to give you a standard consulting package. So 90 days, that's when you really can start to see change. I definitely don't think you should be charging less than 5K for this, but even that's on the low side, right? I would really want this to be at least 7,500 to 12,000. Okay. Period. Okay. College costs more than that. And you're working with professors. Okay. So I wouldn't want this to be less than that. Okay. For a few reasons. You also have marketing costs and things like that. But you're going to have way more profit in your business when you're charging like this. Okay. So because they're paying not by the hour, they're paying for your expertise, value, and skill set. That's what they're paying for. And that's what you have to get your mindset into. Okay. This allows you, right? If you, let's just say $10,000. Okay. Say you sign 3 clients, one maybe pays in full, okay, for the month, and then 2 pay in a payment plan. You have a 3-month payment plan. Let's just say 3,500. You did a little bit of interest, 2 pay, okay. So now for that month, you only have 3 clients for the month, right? Which is so doable, even if you're still working your full-time job. $10,000, because they're paying for your expertise, your skill set. That's $10,000 plus 3,500 times 2. What is that? That is $7,000. So now you went from charging $200 a week to now making $17,000 in 1 month. 3 clients. I bet that's life changing, right? Sorry, my handwriting is not the best on here, you guys. 3 clients, $17,000, and then essentially, right? You have to look at your capacity. How many clients can you work with at one time where you're not declining on the client experience? You probably can work with 2 to 5 clients a month, and then every 90 days, your clients are either staying and renewing, or you're getting new clients. Okay, so you can successfully over the next 3 months sign 2 clients, and roughly 50% of those will pay in full, 40% somewhere in there, depending on the price point. And then from there, you have profit, you have joy, you have time, you have a life. And that's what we want, okay, as a consultant or a coach online. A lot of you are just undercharging yourself to the death of you, and you're wondering why you feel burnout, or you're wondering why you don't know how this amount is going to work. You need to be charging at a higher ticket rate. And then from there, all the people that can't afford your higher ticket rates, you can sell lower ticket products. Yeah, bada bing, bada bang. Okay. But this is going to be the fastest path for you to retire from your corporate job and hang up the keys, hang up the lock codes in stores, whatever you do, right? This is how you're going to be able to do that. You're not going to do that off so like fast if you want to do it fast. If you want to do it slow, by all means, sell digital products by itself, go for it. But if you really want to do this fast and in a way that's congruent and alignment for your life, you definitely want to do high ticket. Okay. High ticket has changed my life. It's what's allowed me to be able to travel the world. It's allowed me to be able to live in my beautiful home, find my most beautiful car, help family out, be able to start saving for retirement and everything in between, and really work with clients on a deeper level because I'm not spread so thin. Okay. So that's what I would do. The last thing I would say as a consultant or a coach in 2025 that you need to pay attention to is that stop checking to see what everybody else charges. I think it's important to have a pulse on the market, but you need to really look at the ROI of what you're helping people with. If you can help somebody make 100K getting corporate contracts, 10K, 20K is a no freaking brainer, right? Because even if they only use it for 1 year, that's a 5X return, 4X return, 6X return. The other thing is, if you don't help people make money, totally fine. I have clients that help women, navigate trauma. What's the ROI on that? That you're able to maybe navigate trauma, be able to be intimate with your partner again. Like that's life changing, right? What if you help people lose weight? If you're able to help somebody get off their blood pressure meds, get out of pre-diabetic state, that's literally life changing. There is no price in your life. So we need to stop, right? Thinking that only people who help people make money can charge higher ticket rates. I literally have so much proof that like that is not the case. As long as you can get somebody some sort of financial, some sort of or like get them on the pathway to a financial ROI, the pathway to a health ROI, to a relationship ROI, or even sub niches in between, you can charge at the high ticket rate. You just have to start to believe it. There's evidence all around you. And if you want more proof of that, go to my Instagram and I share it everywhere. Okay. So that's what it's about, you guys. Going into 2025, you need to be charging at a rate that reflects the value. And it's not about necessarily being affordable or accessible. Not everybody can afford everything. It's okay. Talk to the market of the people that can or are willing to. Secure your four walls. And then from there, you can be more accessible and have lower ticket products once you are secured. Because at the end of the day, you're running a for-profit business, not a nonprofit. Okay. So that's what I got for you guys. If you like this video, definitely hit subscribe and give me a like. And then also below, I'm going to include my signature offer bundle. That's a resource where I walk you through how to build an offer that you can price for 5, 10, 20,000 plus dollars. So definitely check out that resource below. And let me know below, what are you going to be charging for your consulting or coaching? I would love to know. So be sure to subscribe and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy pricing.